you take upon your precious time to come for this post-election conference. This is the Grand Gedeh Youth Center. You are welcome here. Our facility, the latrine, is right at the back here. This place will be open. And when you want to use the facility, you just go back there and get yourself comfortable. Anything of your sewing, please raise it quietly so that we can handle it. Thank you. Once more, you are welcome.
So, that introduction, we will start from me, my very self, and then we go like this. We come here and we end it with our boss. We had our boss in the boss here. Good. So, first of all, Mr. Cynthia M.B. Bago, the county coordinator for the Federation of Liberian Youth.
I am Toa Joshua Pine, Deputy Coordinator for Program, Federation of Liberian Youth, Grand Gedeh Secretariat.
Well, I feel well, I'm Austin Martin.
I'm Antoinette Tona from Gedeh community.
My names are Ponye Kaweru. I'm Mr. Cherry, Speaker of Presentation.
My name is Angela.
I'm Kanya Swabo.
I'm Asu Kore.
Can I satisfy you? My name is Anthony Chiavley, and I'm the president for Chinsley Youth. Thank you.
I'm Jagwali Kikia, you president of our Janita. I'm Bernice Mama, now I'm living. I'm you Princess Kana from the community.
I'm Tinio Anthony Frank of Smart FM.
Tina T. Bayangria, Deputy Secretary for Finance Flag.
I'm William K. Biala, Program Officer of Youth National for Health Promotion.
I'm Ellis M. Unit Jr. I work for the United Front for Reconstruction.
I am Bob SMB Williams II.
I'm Don Meyer. I'm the president for the North Watching District.
I am Jerry P. Gamu. I represent the youth of Nel community.
I'm G. Hansen Shaw from Jensenville.
I'm Meshke Sapos Clay Meshwami.
My name is Kingston Blessabwe. I work for Youth in Action for Health Promotion, for short, and I'm the administrator.
I'm Ellen Bar for Federation of Liberian Youth Flag.
I'm Jason Wanyama from Gawajimari, General Secretary for the Gawajimari. General Secretary of the Youth of Gawajimari.
Oh, Jalutown.
All right, this is Raymond Siwa II. I'm the Executive Director for the Amulu Forum Incorporated.
Regent, it's your time.
Okay, gentlemen, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Max Hinson, and I'm going to be the regional coordinator for the Federation of Liberian Youth. I serve as the former coordinator for the Chief County. And it's good to be moved. This is where we came from in North Virginia. Very good birth to us, so this is our home. That's why I'm here. So it's good that we are together. And I also want to say welcome to every one of you to this short interaction forum. If you observe the forum, you will notice that we will be doing most of the talking while we will be listening. This is just a town hall dialogue where you have the opportunity to see those things that you keep in your heart. At the town hall, you're in a town hall where you will discuss freely. Somebody will say, "He has what I expressed to you, declare from my heart," right? all those things that will be in our heart, this is the time that we put it out, especially issues around election. Not to forget, I'm accompanied by Daniel Pali. Daniel C. Pali happens to be the vice president for the Association of Virginia. He is accompanying me to the program. So, Mr. Pali, you are also welcome. So, we go straight to business, right? What we are here for is to know what are those things that happen in the elections. We always say the intent to bring Gedeh into the election. But in federal election time, people will need confusion. You will make palava. You will almost want to fight. When you not fight, there will be a lot of different language being used to cause me that will cause you to say those things against each other. Unless in other countries, if you follow, you notice that in no fact, people die there, right? Very early in India, somebody died. Even in Moscow, people died. But here, especially in the southeast, yeah, we pay force. As I follow a postcard, red art, and if you look at the people, you see people fighting among themselves, arguing with us. Anybody from the political party, the CDC, Unity Party, nobody here? No, this forum is the OP forum. We actually wanted for political party representation to be a very top political parties. CDC, the party, the ANC, the OCP, the party from here. Other parties. Why we doing this is that what this whole stuff is around election. We as young people should be the agent of change. We will not always be allowed to be used by the politician for us to influence violence. And that's why we should be asking. But let us discuss the issue and leave who were involved. You don't want to know who influenced certain violence. You don't want to know how did the violence started. Right? How it started, and you think that it was okay, good, then you discuss it. If it was not okay, good. So what went well, what didn't do well, and what do we need to improve on in the election?
Thank you. All right, so we are here. We said discussion forum for those that same system people and giving the information between you from your direct president or your institution here. The discussion is that when you say forum, then the way we sit here right now, we are in a forum, right? We don't expect for us to keep quiet. The main issue we need to discuss or talk about is for you to tell us, because during the election, majority of who here are not taking the election. Who not vote this one election? All of us are voted, right? So we went to different sector, we saw other things, maybe there are other challenges that you saw during the election time, or there are other things that you saw that went wrong during the election time. You can come and share with us. What do you expect? What do you observe during the time of election? Things that you observe, that you think went well. We talk about it. Don't be shy. Don't go all and say we are all the people we've done again, and that's our responsibility. And the nation tomorrow, the future, look up to us. So when we will see something, maybe when we want to do election, we say, today, don't get high election. Yeah, we high election. But we want to know where you observe other things during the election that did not go well as young person or young people for Liberia, for Great Gedeh, and Swetu. We here to talk about it this morning. It's very important that we talk about it. While you'll be raising your hand, you call your name, your position. I said so that when you know what and the other to go, you don't know for yet. You don't know my name, I don't know your name. It's important, okay? So feel free and talk. Let us discuss. Yeah.
My name is Anthony Gedeh once again, and I'm the president for Chancellor Youth. We'll first of all start with what went well during the election. One thing I already observed is the president, Dr. George Manning Weir, where in the first of a kind, most especially in Africa and in Liberia, for a president to accept result in the process where talent was still coming in. So he proved the soul that he is a peaceful ambassador, which he started over the years, and today any Liberia can do that. That's the most important thing I already saw. And let me come to the issue of what did not do well, especially in the region. We had a city lawmaker of government, which is CDC back then. So if you are not a partisan of CDC, your voice cannot be heard. So at times we were marginalized in the process because we were not in the forefront when it comes to CDC activities. But they fail to understand that we are discussing national issue. So to move Liberia forward, things that will not be good in our society. So far so good. These are things that I observed from my end. I want to say thank you for the town hall meeting. At least we'll grab one or two things that will carry on to serve as ambassador for our Viva clans and the issue that we serve. Thank you once again.
I'm the Princess Kana. I'm going to talk about what went well. Because during the campaign time, when the CDC and Joseph Baka, it was not easy during the launching time. So as I hear the post say after the election part, when Joseph Baka win, it will not be easy in Nigeria. And after the election, the people announced that Joseph Baka, everybody will be sad and not to step in so that what went well. As for me.
Yeah. So I'm Raymond Siwa II. I'm the Executive Director for the Amuru Forum Incorporated. There were a lot of things that went right. Number one, net recruited staff in all polling places, all polling centers. So you could see that there were other staff that were 80 people, like the queue controller, the precinct queue controller, and the polling place queue controller. These people, they were available to direct voters to where they should go and vote. Because if you just arrive at the place as a voter and then you don't know which room to go in, because during registration time we only have one place, and then during the voting time we have wrong places and we go in divided. So the queue controller, they were there to identify. And another thing that went wrong, right, was there were new places on the wall of the polling places. So I'm Raymond. Before I stand on the line, I'll just go there, and then if I can't read, if I don't know how to spell my name, I'll also go there to see my shortcut. It was very much helpful. Another thing is the Ministry of Justice equipped riot police. So you could see that police were very much equipped with riot activity, with riot tools. They were also equipped with vehicle, where if you have a situation at multilateral campus, they can respond to it and quickly respond to another situation at the city hall, which are personally witnessed. But then there were a lot of things that actually did not go right. Number one, the recruitment of the polling staff. There were no, adequate time given for training. Like they would just do it like rushing. Oh yeah, we expect you to know this, we expect you to know that, and then no, good assessment. People were recruited on the basis of who know you. And then at the end of the day, during the voting, you could see that they were giving about 10 minutes to one photo. So after 6 o'clock, you see many people in the queue. And that will also result to Mayne County. Mayne County will put the ballot boxes at risk. So another thing that never went right was the issue of the threats around. Yeah, there were a lot of threats around and there were no measure. Again, another thing that never went wrong was NEC did not, define what is trucking, how to enforce trucking, and how to stop trucking. They only spell out in their value that, in their guidelines that no trucking. So who is not to truck? If somebody truck, what becomes of them? We are seeing people being trucked. We are even seeing people from Africa dominating our elections. So why is NEC doing about it? It makes our country vulnerable. Thank you very much.
Collier Galote rule. A few things went right during the electionary period. One of the most appealing Grand Gedeh, no much problem, there was no report of cheating, so that the people that were recruited in Grand Gedeh, they play 100% role. during the election period, most especially the staff from NEC. 100%. Nobody complained that the cheating went on. That one thing that went right. Another thing was every center polling place and precinct was represented by a political party. And those people were trained as to how to handle things. They have their FRR in their hands, and they know how many people voted and how many people didn't come to the polling place. Another thing that went right was the technology was used to the full. That before the result, we talk about among the young people. Nowadays, politics is run on sentiment. Political parties are run on county base. If you are from Grand Gedeh, you have a national independent from Grand Gedeh. All Ghanaians around you want to see their son being a president or being a representative or being a vice president. Either that person is qualified or not, once he's from Grand Gedeh, he should be a president or a vice president for our country. That was wrong in our setting. Before then, there was something that was going on in our country that had to do with the Congo and the meeting. Since the Congo people have limited or number of people now, they're not working that number. The limited people they said divide the country into counties based. The party now, party S is from Maryland or Liberty, all the people from the south used to follow the party. And the party from central Liberia, all the people from central Liberia follow the party. To the extent that decisions will be made at the detriment of the people who think they are doing the right thing. And when people win, they feel that they are trying to enjoy. That was went wrong in a going election. The country was divided into sentiment and into county-based politics. Few things that we need to work on in the upcoming elections. Serious awareness need to go on. They went wrong. So let me just place it. There was not much publicity as to how people require for their government if you were. Civic education was very poor in the going election. Very poor. To the extent that people are served as precinct presiding officer. To the extent people will be voting on the back of the ballot paper. On the back of the ballot paper, you see all the human beings, people voting on the back of the ballot paper. Some people don't wear a silent, they say, okay, then chairs, they should sit down there. So, my recommendation would be the next any election to come, there should be civic education. And Liberia should be able to qualify, be qualified to the extent that they will check lists as to what kind of information people place on the social media when it comes to election time. They were wrong that nobody could check lists, anybody could post anything on social media and tarnish repetition to the extent that after the election you'll be remanded. Thank you.
Thank you and good morning. Once again, I am Jerry Paul Lugamu. I represent the youth from Miao community. Things that went well during the elections. Number one, I actually saw those people that were recruited, the next staff. I saw they're working. The coordination during the working was better, was good. You found out during past elections, because I attended election before. Past elections, some people that were present working for NEC, they were not in a good way of talking to people. If you don't want to vote, at your business. Yeah, people tired. The time we tired, move from here. But this gone election, it does not happen that way. So I believe that there are things that people worked on during the past election and they recover from them. Second thing that I know is that after the elections, the results that were given, they were timely. They were timely to the extent that people did not suspect things. Because if after election and things and results are withheld, many minds will be calculating different things. All right. So after elections, the results they were given, as election ends. So it's an improvement. I love that. So things that did not go well, it has to do with just what my brother said, because if you have a point and people are many and many people think almost the same way, so he hated the point that I wanted to hit, which is the civil education, right? Yes, it was actually poor. it didn't go well with the Liberian people. If you check it out, the number of people that did not vote correctly, it was to a certain number that we did not expect. So if the civil education was going to go on well, it was going to be better for the Liberian people because election has to do with molding mind, informing people what they're supposed to do to the ballot box, even out of the ballot box. So I appreciate all these things, but they need to work on these things so that elections can be better time to come. Well, things that they need to work on are just the same thing that we just talked about that they did not work on well. They need to work on them. That's it. Thank you.
The name remain Kingston Jerusalem. There are few things that went right and there are others that went wrong. Those that went wrong was into politics. This is the very first of a kind that politics was regionalized and even ethnicalized in the sense that a government will only vote for government, not understanding that politics is give and take. We felt the effect from the past government wherein we regionalize government as a vote, and at the end, the people regionalize their development. That which I see as something that never went wrong as a well right in this country. Another thing is that well right is from the beginning of this whole election. One thing that NEC introduced into the country is the BVR process, the biometric voter registry. The process wherein the number of fake cards were reduced because once you carry on the biometric process, there is no way that you can easily go to get additional cards. That is one thing that I actually give plus to NEC because it reduced the number of portrait cards in the country. Another thing that actually never went right is that actually never did well for us in the sense that you can't tell me that I have a voter card that is with the barcode, and you tell me that you cannot go the let's say the particular photo card. For one fact here is the barcode here is there to as a represent that I should get my information whenever I want to know as a minute. I can scan the barcode. Any part of this card can be perforated, but never allow any of those voter cards to be perforated during the election. That alone shows that there was something that was hidden. They never actually help the citizen so we can know who all voted during the election. Because it makes all of people, their system, that's the BPR system, is a system that was set up by human being, and it can also be fraud by another person. It's possible that 2-3 person get once a one person get 2-3 cards. It happens around the country, and you can only identify it during the voting time. And another thing is it started with the BPR where invisible ink during the registration was placed on your finger. You can only know only when they use the knife. But during the voting time, they couldn't use the indelible ink. Now I can just go and put in the right. You know, after the work. So next time we are developing during the time of the election, next video what video are to go every card so that we can go so that the person can.
I will speak on what not actually go well during the election period because my colleague spoke on what went well. Precedent was not set during the election when it comes to political party violating or neck policy they set. Other institutions, like more especially the ruling party, when you see other political parties launching, they will go and go into riot, and those other political parties will just leave it. But action will not be taken against them because they are ruling party. So it was not actually found during the election process. It's supposed to set precedent and other political parties would not do the same. Now, if the way UP getting in power next election, you find out that UP will be involved into violence. And they will also go impunity. So we're not going for this to happen in election. So the upcoming election, let's see how best they bring all the strategy, and then political party that will be involved into violence, action against them. Thank you. In order to have valid votes during election time, let's see how best all those institutions that will be responsible for civil voter education. Let it recruit those institutions from the communities. Like United Institution from Morovia to come and run the affair to carry on awareness of civil voter education without them knowing the mark of prejudice. If you say other people to go G1 and they will not go, they only stop on the halfway. And this information the people also get in go G1, they will not get it. So if next they are doing their recruitment, if they are giving people certificate, let us see how best to prioritize institutions from the counties. Thank you.
So I'm Tilio Anthony Flan and I work for Smart FM Administrator. So just to add more for us to voices. There are few things that went well. I just want to talk about. One of it have to do with there was not much interference in the election during the campaign period, even though there was agreement and disagreement. But in the past, the 2017 election, we observed traditional people during campaign period, they will pull their country out. So based upon that, the Traditional Council of Liberia suspended all of the traditional practices just for free movement of candidates and political parties to carry on their campaign activities. That alone helped also in the process. During the campaign period, we did not see too much of candidates or political parties going against one another at the same time or the same day of conducting campaign activities.
I have recommendation because citizen, with the citizen, when it comes to the day of election, at least we can suffer because you go and vote during race season, how you will run your campaign, how you'll be moving around. I mean, let's see reason to change the election day. Yes.
In addition to what you just said, probably is trying to say things that we can improve on based on recommendation, right? So we can change the election date from rainy season to dry season. So we can get access to know where we'll be going to the villages to talk to our people, the importance of the election, how to vote. So that was the reason that the civil information was not really going out to the people.
Are you foreseeing another referendum?
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I think it's necessary because it will be good. Probably, maybe we'll get a good rule, but for now, it's necessary that we change the election day from rainy season to dry season.
Okay.
Because as they play ourselves as two washer. The first time we have the election, the people voted like 400 in my room. But when the roundup came, I can say only 200 voted. So the representative, they never did well. Because the first time when the representative was in the race, they brought the people and they voted in full. But after the representative, the election finished, the president left there, like only 200, in my room, like 400 supposed to vote, but like only 200. So that's when wrong.
Okay. Thank you. Another person, another female? Female? Okay, yeah.
Well, I think making recommendations, the more you talk about one thing, the more people will get the inside of it, the importance of it. So for me, I want to add my voice to my brother who just talked about the civil education. Actually, the people need to work on it. It's a very serious thing because without people being informed about certain things, the way to go about it will not be there. So you find out things will be messed up. All right. So the civil education, the neck, it should not be one day thing. It should not be 2-3 weeks thing. All right. As you turn in the election, you have to plan ample time that the people will be educated 2-3 months, 4 months in fact. All right. So that's my recommendation.
Okay. Yeah, we're coming back.
Yeah, what I really want to talk on, first of all, I'm G. Henson Shoro again. What NEC need to improve on is the motivation of the staff. When I talk about motivation of staff, in any part of the world, the staff are the main people for the company. Without the better work of the staff, the company will die down. Let's just take for instance, you take somebody from here, someone who left Treasure, you take them from here and send them to Boplo without feeding. When the person is working there, the person rushing to come back. Or in fact, they may not be able to do the work according to the way. And if they are not even compensated well on a fee, meaning there will be more fraud or mistakes because their attention will be less. That's why I want to talk to.
Okay.
I think we are seeking recommendation.
Are you to talk? Put your hand up. I thought you were.
So with the issue of referendum, I think it is necessary, since it is by law, because the Constitution provides that after the general and presidential election, the winner of every general and presidential election should obtain 50% plus one of the vote. And once you do not reach that vote, meaning that there should be a runoff election. But we see that most of the time, the reason people stay away from runoff, it is not because of not just trucking. It is because people are not aware that there will be second election and there must be second election. People are not aware. So I think it is about time the constitution be explained during civics class among students so that students can be aware. If I am aware and then time for election, I can tell my mother who is not aware that it is by law that we should do it. But we see that civics is only taught and not touching some basis of the constitution that affects every sector within society. So this particular clause of the constitution should be explained to students and even in public on through jingles by organizations that will be able to at least to preach the human rights so that we can all know so that you can feel. Because all of people after election will feel that Kennedy were cheated and they will not go to pool. That's the reason you see most people don't go to food. That's the pool. They will tell you say that my candidate was cheated. The number of vote that we get, they say they steal our vote and give it to the person. But they are not aware that there is a specific number that one should obtain before becoming a winner in the first round. And say indeed, based upon the population of our country, it is not just possible. And another thing is, next you understand that this is a country with less population. The number of parties that are registering into every election, it can be too much. Seriously, although it is their constitutional right, but I think there should be some limit of political party, like we limit it to less than 20 parties. But if you see every election, you always see 20, 21, 22, and that alone can help. It is also helping to bring down the economic system. Because every election there is money, and the money will come from popular budget. That's a wrong budget, so we should be able to limit the number of parties that are destroying information instead of every election go around. A lot of people are using the money to bring this as a system. Thank you.
Somebody was female woman.
Yeah, my name is Antoinette Tonan from Tudeville. Actually, to add on what my brother just said, concerning the feeding or whatsoever that NEC supposed to do to their staff or that NEC supposed to give to their staff. I can remember 2017 when I went to Johnson to work for NEC. NEC did not give us anything like feeding or something. What they did was they credited us our own money so that we can be able to feed ourselves, which of course is very wrong. And again, you can't tell me to, like I apply for a job, and before you give me that contract sheet, I must finish almost your work before giving me contract sheet to sign the contract sheet. That's very wrong. It's very wrong. They have to work towards that. You can't allow somebody to work before giving a contract sheet to sign. It's against the person's right. And if you're sending somebody on the field, you should be able to feed them. You should be able to transport them for the amount of days or for the amount of time that you'll be able to spend it. So that's my concern.
Thank you.
Yeah. Another thing, the recommendations I have is the post-deployment of next should be a robust thing. Like experience as some of us have.
What do you mean post-deployment?
Post-deployment means deployment before election. Maybe 2 days to the election, you deploy all your staff up because of the distances and the circumstances ahead of them. Like some of us, we had to walk on Monday from Ziatan to New Creek. Anyone who's been around the area, you will know what we went through just for the service of the country. And somehow nearly left in the water. Put photos are all on social media. When they were post-deployment, we really have gone through these kind of things. When we reached Ziatan on Monday, and we had a high election, and we had to publish the FRR the same Monday according to an NEC guideline. But there was no transportation to take off from Ziatan to New Creek in CBS. The river fell. We had to use him with the bags that we carried. So if we are going on a Sunday, and do all of these things Monday we have a rest and conduct the election Tuesday. I think we post-deployment NEC activities should be welcome. Seriously.
Thank you. Somebody? Please let me make our comments short so that all will have the time.
My name is Ensign Wayne. One of the things that I want to recommend to NEC is that the people who they are recruiting as NEC staff should be people who are actually dedicated to what they are doing. Because the way I went to vote on Baba campus, I went there, and there who is a bilateral issue, she wasn't in the hall. So you have to wait for her, for her to come. Where other people are standing in the sun. So I'm actually asking NEC to actually, look at people who are actually doing that.
Thank you. Okay.
The invalid vote. This whole election, we noticed that the invalid vote was minutes. So my concern have to do with the civil educator. They need to see reason to educate our people because those villages that far off, the civil educator were not able to go there. Some of them they didn't reach there. So most of our old people, our young people, they don't know the way out to vote. So at the end of the day, they invalid too much. So I really beg them to see reason to focus on how to educate our people. Thank you very much.